Welcome back, guys, to Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns with the end of our 4th day, bringing a conclusion to another main quest, with Fang having left us, another day being added on to the end of the world, or the world's countdown timer. Let's speak to Hope and start our 5th day and head off to our next area.
What do you think Fang is going to do now? Will she try to break into the Order's cathedral and stop the ceremony?
Probably, I'd imagine so. I would if I were, you know, her. I'd just kidnap Vanille, to be honest, if I were Fang.
Listen, when the final day arrives, Fang is going to try to save Vanille. I'm sure of it.
And what about you? Will you try to stop Vanille? Stop the Soul Song? You know it's God's will that it takes place.
Have you forgotten he's holding my sister hostage? The promise of her return, anyway. I've got to do what he wants, or else.
Interesting answer. Some people might take that to mean if it wasn't for the threat, you would consider defying him.
Some people might? What about you? Do you trust me?
Of course I trust you. I'm sorry, Light. I didn't mean to sound like I don't. I'll always be on your side, even if you do decide to turn against God. You know that.
But do I? You've made some comments. Whereas someone who's antagonistic like Lumina, I've been looking at her as like, well, she bound the Secutors to the thing, but it was kind of an act that still kind of helped us out because she did one of those villain things. Ah ha ha, my evil plan. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going down on the final day so that you guys show up there. Fang has something to work for, strive for. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. They're playing counter roles at the moment. The obviously bad, trying to work in against me, but giving me everything I need to know, and the weird comments I get from Hope, the person who's assisting me. But still, I think that's time to head down to explore once more. So, it's Luxerion South Station we need to be heading for. Let's get moving. So we arrive back at Luxerion, though I don't think there's anything to do here just now. For example, Luca is not standing around at this time. So with that said, wait a second, Chocolina, is there any more Canvas Prayers quests appearing? I know we've got one to do here.
Miss Mighty Savior, what can I do for you on this fine day?
Supposedly new Canvas of Prayer quests can appear, and indeed they have. Grave of a Bounty Hunter. We need Storm Dragon down. My brother said he was going to get out of the bounty hunting trade, but what does he do but go and get himself killed by a Zomok? Him and practically everyone else in this band of reckless adventurers. There's no bringing him back now, but at least I wish I could kill that monster. Then I'd pluck a tuft of Storm Dragon down from its belly and place it on my brother's tombstone. Another quest that we can easily complete for some free stats. Right, Puppeteer's Lament as well. We need Quality Machine Oil, which we do not have. Woe is me, or more to the point, woe is my favourite marionette. For I have run out of the special lubricating oil. I need to keep his joints moving smoothly. Normal oil simply will not do. No. He must have the best I say, which means Quality Machine Oil of the kind used on dreadnoughts. So fighting a dreadnought is one of our needed things to do. What about Revenge His Teeth? I think we have that one done. Damn! I want revenge on the monster that slew my pal, but this sword can cut through toilet paper, let alone monster hide. I asked the forge to sharpen the blade, but they tell me they need chipped fangs from Gorgonopsids, and lots of them. What am I gonna do? Take them, sir. Give me some tiny stats. So everywhere we go must be more Canvas of Prayer quests appearing. So we're gonna have to revisit it all in time. I mean, there's a reason to visit Yusnan with the, well, items that we get after all, the recovery ones. Entering the menu sometimes is so hard. Nectar of the Gods will be quite nice for them. Might be quite nice to get another refresh or stuff like that, but still, this is what we intended to do. I know we can purchase our tickets here, but we're heading to the Wildlands. Our next area. Our next place for us to head. And pick up a ton of Canvas of Prayers, and I'm getting side quests all around. Maybe there's another zone with side quests on par with Luxerion, let's put it that way. Maybe this is it.
This stops the Wildlands. Passengers for the Dead Dudes and Luxerion South Station, please board now. Thank you.
So this is the last surviving wilderness.
It's the world as it once was. Nature's last stand. Wild beasts still live and die here as they always have. It's raw in nature, red in tooth and claw, and the chaos here is just as dangerous. The people who live out here are not like the city dwellers. They're different. They don't follow the teachings of the Order. And they don't want to rely on handouts either, so they strive to live off the land.
A refuge for those who refuse to be tamed. Is that it?
Light!
The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead, whence the chaos flows. Here you will meet the servant of fate, adorned with feathers of white. The angel of Valhalla.
Light? What just happened?
I heard a voice. It said that I've been led here, and I'm supposed to meet someone. The angel of Valhalla.
What kind of voice? I didn't pick anything up on this end.
A young girl, but I don't think she's close. It was more like she was speaking from the chaos itself.
I just ran a search on this angel person, but it came up blank. Maybe you should ask the locals.
I've got to say, while our new destination is available, I think I got an inkling of who that might be, voice-wise. Apply a little bit of memory.
All trains are running
Right,
on schedule.
first of all though, suspicious crates, you're gonna go down. And have nothing in you! How dare you! Let's get on with our gigantic pink neon blade.
Yeah? What do you want?
I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of someone called the Angel of Valhalla?
You must be new to these parts. There's not a man or woman here that doesn't know the angel.
The Angel of Valhalla isn't a person. It's a legendary chocobo, covered in feathers as white as the clouds. It's the sacred bird that only appears at the end of the world.
So it's a local legend then.
Yeah, a legend. At least that's what it used to be. But in recent times, many folk have seen the bird with their own two eyes. A lot of us are thinking maybe that story is true.
Maybe it is, but Dr. Ganal has been after it for years, and he still doesn't have proof that the beast is the one from legend.
Dr. Ganal? Who would that be?
The famous veterinarian, of course. A prickly character with the temper of a behemoth, but he loves his chocobos. When it comes to the angel, he's the leading expert in all of the Wildlands.
The doctor lives up the road a bit, in the village of Canopus Farms. If you catch him in a good mood, he'll help you out. Maybe.
A white chocobo at the end of the world.
There's nothing about this in any of the official scriptures of the Order. It's a local story, a superstition.
Even if it is, someone spoke to me. The voice was real, and it mentioned the Angel of Valhalla. I want to know who it was.
Well, I'm sure we'll go head out there, but first...
If you think that's what you need to do, then go ahead. You have a lead, at least.
Right, a bad-tempered chocobo vet by the name of Dr. Ganal. They said I could find him in Canopus Farms.
Chocobocolina! The canvas of prayers is ready for your viewing pleasure.
Sometimes they talk more than me, but man, that's a lot of Canvas of Prayers quest to pick up straight off the bat there. Right, let's get reading the setup for the Wildlands. Sunflower! Dayring blossoms what we need. Oh, how my feet hurt! I can't leave the house, not even to pick a flower for my dear brother, who's been taking care of me. Can someone please bring me a dayring blossom or two? They bloom only during the day, out on the open plains. Not a problem for me. Then we need some bloom during the day, I guess. I look after my sister, Ellerith, who can't get around on account of her injured leg. I want to give her flowers to cheer her up, but I'm too busy nursing her. Can some kind person bring me the moon soul bloom or two? They grow out on the grasslands and on the Eremite plains. Maybe not nighttime then. Right, Secret of Chocoborol. I have heard tell of a mushroom called the Chocoboro, which grows in the Forest of Jagd. The puzzling thing is, chocobos refuse to eat it, so why is it called a Chocoborel? Maybe because it is shaped like a chocobo? Now, wouldn't that be the most amazing thing if it were true? Seems to be many stuff involving flora and fauna. The Wildlands is in danger as well. We need vegetable seeds. I've already got one though. Yikes, the storehouse is nearly empty of vegetable seeds. We are the only farm in the Wildlands that produces seeds, so if you run out, vegetable cultivation would come to a screeching halt. Can anyone bring us seeds? They can be from wild plants or traveling merchants. It doesn't matter to us. We'll bring them indeed. Forget me not, vibrant ooze. I fell head over heels for him and landed right in my face. Ah, gods, what I wouldn't give for it to have never happened. You know, that reminds me of a potion that Lumina told me about. One that can make you forget unpleasant things. All you need is some vibrant ooze, she says. Don't just go with those kind of things. Don't go with what Lumina says. You might be turned into a cat. I've come to the Wildlands in search of my voice. I was once a singer of some repute, but a throat infection means I can no longer perform on stage. Ha! If only I had some wonder gel from an ecto pudding, and I could cure this accursed infection and once again take my place on stage. So many side quests, so many Canopus of prayer quests for the future. It's been a while since I last heard anyone mention the antimatter manipulation principle. Nowadays, all anyone cares about is alchemy, and we are forgetting the old technologies. However, I'm determined to preserve as much as I can for future generations, and an AMP chip from an Aster Proto-Florian would be an excellent place to begin. Wasn't that a boss in 13 or something like that? Can't remember myself, so long ago. Although I make my living from hunting, I'm not part of the local hunting band. I'm a bounty hunter for the Hunter's Challenge, and I've come to test myself against the monsters of the Wildlands. My greatest achievement has been to slay a single chocobo eater by myself. It was not easy, but I prevailed, so how about it? Are there any other warriors out there who think they can do better? You mean by getting 2 then? Sure, we'll go for it. Gatekeeper's curiosity for slug sweets. I serve as gatekeeper for the Jagged hunting band. Here in the woods, we're plagued by Rafflesia monsters. They produce little pellets of a sweet-smelling nectar called slug sweets. I'd think the butterflies and bees would be all over that nectar, but they don't seem interested. Did you find that curious? I do. So do me a favor, would you? If you happen to come across any slug sweets, share a portion with me. Tons of items to pick up. Right, we got Echoes of a Drum. I've come from Yusnan to purchase leather to repair our great drum, but none of the shops have any to sell. In the past, I've turned to the hunters for help. They have their hands full these days. Is anyone else brave enough to fight the goblins and gather enough swatches of green leather? I nearly got that completely wrong. Sure, I'll get them. No problem. Right. Someone help me. I fell off a cliff. Oh, the voice from below is very literal. Now I'm trapped. I spent days wandering this narrow valley looking for an exit, and I think I finally found a place where I might climb out. The problem is I haven't eaten a morsel in ages, and I'm far too weak now. If only I could find some meat, specifically the kind often found on Valley and Hanuman beasts, I recover enough strength to escape this death pit. There seems to be tons of different types of monsters here then. So we do learn from checking out all these. Okay, we got Chocobo Chow. Curses! The whole village is short of Geisel greens. Without the nourishing feed, chocobos are going hungry, and if they go hungry, eventually we will too. Canopus Farms was supposed to send a big delivery. We've seen neither bushel nor leaf. Where are the greens, I ask? Where are the greens? We'll bring you the greens, sir. Man, the monstrous setting up of it all. Right, nothing here of this stuff, but this sounds like a kind of intensive quest. I found a cutting the other day with a very unusual recipe. I'd love to try and make it, but I haven't ever heard of half the ingredients. I mean, rocky crag mole, chocoboros, luminous mushrooms? Where on God's earth am I going to find those? Well, I'm sure we'll find out just by running around. And I think that global quest is here as well, isn't it? I don't want to crave the city life. We're gone from Luxerion until it hits 4 o'clock yet again. Then we've got another date, of course.
You aren't from around here, are you? I suppose you've come to seek the wisdom of our famous Dr. Ganal. I wanted to ask him about the Angel of Valhalla. I knew it. Well, first things first. You have heard of our Chocobo legend, right? You mean the one about a sacred white chocobo that appears at the end of the world? That's the one. Some of us call that chocobo the Angel of Salvation. Oh, how we've been praying for him to appear. The angel is a harbinger, a signal that it's over at last. That's something to pray for? Oh yes. For the people who live out here, death is a kind of salvation. An outsider like you must find it difficult to understand. 5 centuries ago, all hell broke loose and a new god took over. We became immortal, against all natural laws. See, the people out here don't like that. Even gods shouldn't be allowed to change the natural order of things. Living off the land, growing our own food, surviving by our own wits, and dying when our time is up. That's what we want. And that's why the white chocobo is a good thing. It means this unnatural life is going to be over at last. Right? But you're welcome to believe different. We don't push our creed on anyone. At the same time, as long as you're going to be visiting us here for a while, it's right that you know our ways.
For the people of the Wildlands, the white chocobo is a sign. A herald of a special kind of salvation. Many in these lands worship Etro, the goddess of death. They pray to eventually return to her side, which in their creed is the same as ceasing to exist.
Well, what is that indeed? Finally Hope stops speaking and I can get fighting new enemies. Mini flans! Right, of course we don't know any immunities or anything like that, so the best thing to do is just pepper it with doom! Pepper it with doom! Here comes the spells. Right, one's down. Maybe I should switch target, to be honest. Oh yeah, they're not going to be... they're going to be resistant. That's the annoying thing here. Let's see what debuffs they're resistant to. We can get every single kind on them. They're still resistant to physical, though. But I'm guessing... Okay, that's normal. So let's go Flame, Spark, and Blizzard. I think we found something good there. Okay, fire is halved.
I'll bring back lost time.
And Blizzard doesn't seem, completely immune, so Electric is our thing. So one Flame Spark, pretty nasty to them.
To the victor, the spoils.
Work it out with Trial and Error, and we actually get ourselves some more Blizzards as well. Some more lower level spells means I can start leveling up things towards things. We can pick up flowers on top of that. And to be honest, these people don't want to force their creed on me, and it's just a creed of a normal life, surely. One to be admired. Just wanting to live it. And look at the monsters. They're coming in from far and wide to try and fight me, are they? I say that, but it didn't actually come towards me, which led to me having to do a free hit combo to hit.
I'll take you to the unseen void.
Okay, doesn't seem to be immune to anything. Now it's for elemental weaknesses. It guarded against something, but all the same, it went down in 2 seconds. The debuffs we can put on that monster minces. It doesn't give us much EP, however, so you can kind of assume that they're very small fry, no one to speak to on these chocobos. Let's get back on the beaten track. Let's follow the road. More to the point, follow the objective arrow, which seems to be coming round to the left-hand side here. I'll take ourselves another Dayring Blossom. Any more blooming around? I don't know, but let's just jump over into this farm. All the chocobos seem to be hunting here. Adventuring Centrals?
See something?
Well, you guy can start me off with some weaknesses straight away. Mini Flan notes, well, we've probably already worked that out by now. Trifid notes, Reaver notes, and Chocobo Eater notes. We can also buy ourselves the vegetable seeds we need for the Canvas of Prayer quest without much of an issue.
Oh, thanks a lot.
If you want to learn more about the Angel of Valhalla, you should speak to Dr. Ganal of Canopus Farms.
Okay, he's over there then.
By all accounts, he's a difficult man to deal with. But no one knows more about chocobos.
What do you want?
I want to know more about the Angel of Valhalla.
Go away.
I heard you know things. The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead whence the chaos flows. Does that mean anything to you?
Great Etro's helm. Where did you hear those words? Who spoke them?
A young girl, but I never saw her.
A maiden's voice born on the wind. Yes, that's how I heard them too. So it would appear that she has spoken to both of us. Very well. I will share what I know. The angel is a tempestuous chocobo that lives in these plains. I myself have glimpsed the creature many times, but unfortunately have never succeeded in capturing him. It is said whoever can break him and ride him will become his master. But I've long since given up hope that it shall be me.
Nor me. I don't know anything about chocobos.
Don't rule yourself out, young lady. You may be the one, If you're telling the truth about the voice, that is. It's true, not everyone who hears the voice is the chosen one. But rest assured, the encounter will happen. The legends tell us that the Chocobo's chosen master will be led by the Chocobo to a certain place. I speak of that dread edifice whence the chaos emerges, the Temple of Etro herself.
You mean the one built into the cliff?
The very same. And deep below that sinister haven of destruction, an ocean of chaos royals, the great chaos of the stories.
What does that mean? Is it a different kind of chaos?
Alas, the legends give us few details. If you wish to find an answer to that question, you will have to seek the truth in the temple.
And to do that, I've got to find and tame the Angel of Valhalla.
Yes, indeed. But that, let me assure you, is no easy task. I have a couple of assistants who live here in the village. Talk to them, and they can give you advice about finding the Chocobo.
An ocean of great chaos buried beneath a temple. Do you think it could be true? Does the Order know anything about it?
No, I'd say it's likely they don't. That temple appeared here from the other world, from Valhalla itself. When it still stood in Valhalla, it was responsible for sealing away a power, the one that now consumes the world. Something inside that temple is the source, the thing that created the chaos. 500 years ago, it let loose the chaos we see now, but it seems to have been dormant since then. No one knows why.
And you think it's waiting in the temple? This great chaos, that's the source of it all?
It's certainly possible. Perhaps this legendary Chocobo will take you there.
Or maybe it won't. But either way, someone's asking for me, and I think it's time I answer.
So let's find out about this Angel of Valhalla more next episode by talking to these assistants here. Lots of people to talk to, lots of information to gain. I'll see you next time for more Final Fantasy XIII. Lightning Returns. Bye bye.